You're listening to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant.
Boop, boop-be-doop, boop. What's up, y'all? Kel here, Truly Unruly, Marcus Trufant, Jessica Trufant. We have a special guest today, a friend of the show. She's been rocking with us since day one. When it comes to sexy time, she always gives us that good, real, what other word am I looking for? Just real.
That good pearl clutching.
Yeah.
No filter, raw, uncut.
Raw, master mouth, which we still didn't get the email about. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, clinical sexologist Tiffynee Terry-Thomas to the show.
Hello, guys.
Ooh, what's up? What's up? What's up?
How have you been, Tiffynee? What's been new? What's been going on?
You know, honestly, everything has actually been good. I actually have my first conference. My women's conference is coming up at the end of the month. It's called
Congratulations.
Sis Is It You Conference, Mending Pieces, Creating Wholeness. So I'm getting ready to put that on. And I'm actually bringing back some old school, the washing of the feet. And so all the women will be getting their feet washed by me. And so it's a sign of humility and just being humble enough to say thank you, but then also wanting you to clear your path and wash your feet off so you can get ready to get all what I'm about to pour into you. So, yep, getting ready for that. And I'm actually going to be in Washington in May, I think. I'm going to be speaking at some high schools and stuff like that. So, yeah, I just got some things lined up and coming.
Look at you.
All right, Tiff,
hey,
I see you.
Okay.
Now about the washing of the feet.
I knew this was coming.
So my daughter, for her 10th birthday, she had a spa birthday party. And it was my friends and I giving them fake pedicures. And we had little bathtub things. And they had their feet in there. And when it came time to scrub one of the girls' feet, I wasn't sure if I should touch her feet. And this is a child. I was like, what is that? On your foot, on your heel. So I'm just wondering, are you wearing, no, you can't wear gloves.
Gloves
and
would be disrespectful.
Yeah, that's disrespectful to wear
But
gloves.
you should put in the invite that the pre-rec, right? Is that what they call it? That you got to come in lightweight, kind of already, kind of warmed up and clean, right? I would assume.
Preferably pedicured.
It's so cool because everybody is actually, back in the day, you used to walk through a pool, but everybody is getting their own basin to put their feet in, and they'll have a small bottle of water while come in, wash the feet, and stuff like that. So it's COVID friendly. But yes, these hands are going to get dirty, and it's all for a good cause. So yeah.
Right,
I like it.
Right. Very cool.
Last minute, you guys, I reached out to Tiffynee and was like, yo, I need you on this episode because there's no way that I could sit here and talk about interesting sex facts that people probably don't know, and it come from me. It's going to sound weird. I felt like we needed Tiffany's moral support.
Who better than Tiffynee?
Right. And then she could tell us, too, if some of these myths are just complete bullshit, too, because some of these I'm like, I don't know. So, like, here's the first one. The average person's sexual peak is around the same age they can rent a car. So the average American will have the most sex around 25, according to a study. They found out people in their 20s have more sex than 80 times per year, declining to 60 times per year by 45, and 20 times by the age of 65. Each year after the peak of sexual frequency at 25, the sexual frequency declines by 3.2%.
Tiff, before you come in and blow this one up, I think that there is some truth about your sex drive as a man in your 20s. I
don't know. I would say that for some people, right, and these facts aren't for all, but as personally as I've grown and I've talked about being thirsty and being this, having this great appetite, right? I feel like it's growing. You have different type of sex in your 20s. It's different, and you're more.
You bounce back faster. That's what I mean.
you're
not the want, but the bounce. You have more because you can do it like 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right.
You know, but the old eyes retire.
I don't know. I don't know if I totally agree with that, but I feel what you're saying. Though.
But 60, 20 times a year? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, that's tough.
I'm gonna be.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, that's torture.
That's like once every 6 months.
That's so sad.
Yeah. Quick math.
What?
Yeah.
But what? Oh man.
That is so sad.
What do you think, Tiff? How did give us your knowledge?
Okay, so as far as statistics go, not really big on that. But what I will say is, I kind of agree. I think it depends, because what I'm finding is that as the generations change, I feel as if now sex is becoming more prominent in a younger age because of what's shown on TV. Back when I was 20, and that was a long time ago. I would say that in my 20s, I feel like if it does increase, it's because you now have a place to stay, and you're not fucking everywhere. And so, like, where you're like, hey, come over, instead of sneaking into my parents' house and having sex in the bushes and in the park and stuff like
Cracks
that.
and crevices.
Right? You now have a steady place. So it does make sense that statistics would say that, because now more people are like, we're not having sex in the car, we're having sex at home, or I'm having sex this. And so I do see that being true. Now, as it grows and we get older, yes, because, and this is why my job is so prominent right now, is because a lot of people don't even know what they're doing to begin with. So by the time you get 60, you're like, we've done everything. And so
Right.
now it's like we're not even in tune with that. And you're just like, okay, that's not even important to us. And so I feel as if the study, it probably is true, but I feel like it can be changed with the more education that you get. Because I really think that your sexual peak is really depending on your partner. Because I'm starting to recognize, like, even in my 20s, I could imagine if I just was in love with one person and we were doing it all the time, instead of trying to find that guy every night, or every time you go out and you're like, I'm trying to get Mr. Right, or, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of women are searching for that, and men, like, just a happy ending for the night. So I can see that being true.
That's deep.
I just feel like you reach your sexual peak like in your 30s.
Well, you have a better grasp about what you're doing.
Well,
right?
you know what I did read is, like, when you get into your 70s and 80s, it's not so much about sexual intercourse than it is about kind of touching, feeling, maybe a little bit more oral sex. I think that's what I read.
Whoa, in your 60s?
Well, I thought it was weird, but it's not like,
Master mouth.
it's not, yeah,
In your
it's not
60s.
so much
Interesting.
intercourse. And I was just thinking, like, sex in your car, that gets harder when you get older.
Very true.
Now, I've heard of this before. 75% of women don't orgasm from regular sex. A lot of people worry there's something terribly wrong if a female partner can't orgasm during normal penis to vagina sex. But not only is it totally normal, but it's also true to the vast majority of women. 3/4 of women need direct clitoris stimulation, either from a hand, a toy, or a special position to orgasm to better your chances. And science says it's better to have sex right before bed.
I can just start out with something. 1 in every 4 women will never orgasm.
That's tough.
What? No, Tiff, you're lying. There's no way. That doesn't happen.
And I want to say that because, and this is just, now that's a stat. Now, from personal experience and just talking to clients and stuff like that, what I'm finding is the reason why 1 in 4 women do that is because lack of education and what you limit yourself on. And so
Mental?
it usually
Yes.
is. And when I say
Right?
lack of
Yeah.
education, not even just not knowing that you can orgasm, but just not knowing what to tell somebody.
Yeah.
Or shame.
Or
right?
yes, we talked
Shame
about that.
and being
Shame.
uncomfortable. And, yeah. Interesting.
yes.
Very interesting.
Yeah, but I do agree. I understand how you might not be able to have an orgasm unless you have some type of other clitoral stimulation. Why? Oh God. I do.
Just say it, girl. Just say it. Just.
You're dumb. I do get that, especially from the back.
It's because you're so focused on reaching that. And so because a lot of people don't even know what that is, euphoria, you literally, you're always searching for something. So I can think about times where you're like, okay, hold on, right there, wait. Ooh,
Yep.
Wait, hold on. And you're trying to reach something and you're trying to feel something. And 9 times out of 10, you've had one, you just missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, wait a minute. How do you...
Had one and you just missed it.
How did you miss it?
Think about if you're concentrating so hard, right? Think about the pressure that you do just pushing the wall. Orgasm happens quick. It's only a couple seconds. And so sometimes you can be forcing more energy out than down there and you totally miss it.
I can understand that. Okay, wait. There is something I heard that women's orgasms are much more intense and powerful than men's. Is that true?
I will say
They
that
do all that hooping and hollering for what?
I will say that I don't think it's been measured that the intensity, I think it's really based on opinion. But what I will say is that during the sexual response cycle, and which is 4 phases, men, when they get into that last phase, which is the resolution phase. So the first phase is excitement, then there's the plateau, and then you have the orgasm phase where you just orgasm. And then the resolution phase, women can come back quickly. So we don't have that. Men go into the refractory period.
They can't recover.
There's a post on there, and you were saying this in your 20s, depending on how old you are and how your body is, and really how much oxytocin comes in and things that you have allow, can block that. Because soon as a guy ejaculates, oxytocin comes in and it shuts everything down. Like it literally is like, everybody's done. We're calming the party down. And that's why it takes a man so much longer to get up there. And so, so after a resolution phase, it says during a refractory period, it could take up to 20 hours for a man to return back to his.
That's fair.
Really
but there's men that it's taken seconds, it's taken whatever, but it really just depends on that. And so I can't really say like one orgasm is stronger than the other, because it really is just how you have allowed your body to relax,
right,
and to actually experience the fullness of the orgasm. Because sometimes you're so focused on it, you don't even get to fully or you're rushing for the next one. And this is for women that masturbate. You get that one, you're like, oh, okay, is there another one coming? Wait a second. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even fully experience that good 6 to 8 seconds that you're getting anyway. So then you're rushing to the next thing. Men, I will say, they get to feel that full throb.
They get to live in it. Yeah.
Right. So is it, I guess then maybe, I don't know. I guess they just get to live in it. Men just
Bathe
reap
in it.
all the fucking benefits, and we just get fucked on every turn.
Not true.
You guys are hooping and hollering and shutting down, and then guess what? We carry kids for 9 months. Then we're fucked, and our bodies get all fucked up and stressed out, and the breastfeed and postpartum. What do you guys do?
Hey, it's not our fault you guys at 1 and 4 ain't busting a nut. That is on you.
And that's called anorgasmia. Just so people know that when women don't come.
That's called what?
Anorgasmia.
Say that again?
Anorgasmia.
Anorgasmia.
So Tiffany, is it pretty much kind of, I don't want to say, it's not even more of a physical thing. It's just kind of more in your head, right?
It
is what it sounds like. Okay.
It is, because what happens is that you put a lot of mental focus on trying to achieve it, and your body can't relax to actually experience it.
Yes, yes.
Interesting.
So relax.
Yeah, edibles.
I know, Papa Xanax.
Yeah, it's literally the same as when you're so excited. Like, for example, you guys are about to go to Disneyland. You go to Disneyland, you've anticipated it so much, and then you get on the ride and it's not even fun.
Yeah, I get it.
We're not excited about Disneyland, so there will be no orgasms on the ride. There will be no build up. I am not Jesse Spano excited.
God damn it.
I'm just not.
Who's that?
I'm so
Saved by the Bell.
I figured.
When she was off Quaaludes, she wasn't.
Jesus.
What was she on again?
I don't know.
What pills did she take?
Cocaine.
Some barbiturates.
Okay.
All right, so the next one. More thrusting does not equal more fun. So pounding or fast or hard thrusting doesn't turn most women on, and it actually causes pain and injury. The most common place women experience pain during sex is in the vulvar vestibule. Did I say that right, Tiffany?
Yeah,
Okay.
vulvar vestibule.
Yes, just under the opening of the vagina, where a thin skin stretches underneath the opening that is very vulnerable to abrasion and tearing. This is why generally women do not benefit from or do not want prolonged pounding, which just drags the penis repeatedly across the area, creating a painful friction fairly quickly. Sex therapists are not kidding when they suggest not making intercourse the focus on sex. There are good psychological or physiological reasons for playing elsewhere for most of any sexual experience.
I will agree that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have experienced that, like where you just are like, even when you have sex for too long. Yeah, like it's just like, oh my God, I'm sore down there.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
But also, yeah, and so that's true, and it sucks because that's one thing. Like Jess is telling the truth. Like she literally like there's so much stuff that happens down there that you don't even realize. Like you can put me out for a week, and I be mad about it because I want pleasure and now I can't do anything.
We don't want that. Nobody wants to be out the game for a week. So
and it's not fun. Like I don't know if it's fun for y'all, but it's not fun.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun. But the communication has to be there, right? No, okay, or not so fast, not so rough.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is the communication, right? Everything's about communication in relationships, under the sheets, during sex. However you want to say it, you have to be able to communicate and not well, it depends on what you like. Some people like to be talked dirty too, like to be spit on, et cetera, be slapped, choked. There is something for everybody, right? It ain't for me, it ain't for us, but the people, are doing this type of thing.
I like to spit
It's all adults, right? Drip, drip, drip.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I ask you guys a quick question? Do you guys dirty talk in bed?
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah, not really.
It's sometimes.
I know Jess.
Not really. I'm not really a dirty talker.
Maybe as a joke. It's not our thing. And is it fair to say that you're uncomfortable with it? And maybe if we do it as a joke, like I may do it, you tell me to shut up, and then I say yes.
Well, you're a dirty. He's a dirty talk. He is a dirty. It sometimes.
Yeah.
But not very often.
Because it's fun, Kel.
I'm a dirty talker, brother.
I feel like that's like I feel like it's a role play. It's like you're like have to become a different character, and I'm not a character during that time.
You gotta hold a full conversation. I'm not saying like so.
Now we'll talk to each other, yes,
Communication
but yeah,
is
but
key.
it's definitely not. It's not. I'm gonna. So I don't know. I'm gonna
say it, Jess. Just say it. Just
I don't know.
That's a joke. Woo, that is funny.
Well, I have a question because I want to know what is considered dirty talk, because you guys said that you talk, and I'm asking because we talk too, and so there's things that B might say something where he might be like, "Oh, you like this dick," or it's something like that where he's just confirming that I'm enjoying what he's giving.
Yes, that, but it doesn't go to like yeah, you little bitch, or I don't know.
You filthy.
You filthy,
piece
dirty
of-
bitch about to fuck the shit up. No. We don't do that kind of dirty talk. So.
Never
but
say
yes,
never.
what you said, Tiff, yes.
Oh shit.
What? Some people are into that. And that's why I was like, I'm not trying to become a character.
I just said that about the choked and being
Right, full role
spit
play.
on, et cetera, and that's okay for some people. And I'm not I don't judge. I think, I mean, if it works for you and yours, hey, go for it.
I mean, but, you know.
I mean, and I think that, and I will say, you guys have to, and I actually can send you guys one. There's this book, my homeboy wrote this book, he's a sexologist, and it's called Room 918. And it's a book about role playing, basically, but you don't even know it because until the end, where the couple they're acting like so many different people, it sounds like they're cheating on each other. But really, they're cheating on each other with each other. And it's so bomb. Like the book, some explosive sex is going to come out of that book. But it's nice
Best of both
because...
worlds, right? My bad. I didn't say that. I was Dylan. Dylan said that. Dylan told me to say that.
Shut.
But I would say, like, I think, like, even role playing is a good thing because it takes you out of your element. And even if you're just, and some people have a problem with committing to it. Like, one time I had my glasses on and I was like, "You want to fuck the author?" And he was like, "Yeah, I want to fuck the author." I was like,
That's hot.
"Come get
Okay, now we do that.
Yeah.
That we've definitely done some role playing.
See?
Definitely, I've been a housemaid. I've been a doctor. I've been all kinds of things. But,
I
yeah.
love that.
I've
That's
pretty
awesome.
much No, I've had a role, or am I just me? Usually, am I?
He's usually the recipient.
Do I
of the
get a
role.
character? I don't get a
I give
character,
him a
right.
role.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh
Right?
shit.
I'm the lead, and he's
What's
the
my
co-star.
script and what's my motivation, right? And
Right.
then it's and scene, right? Go to work.
That's cool, though. And a lot of people can't even do that. And so then it takes it back to the whole orgasm thing and other things where you're just like, why is my peak only at 25 because I've limited myself at 30 to the things that I'm open to?
Yeah.
And I feel like we can
fucking-
change that statistic if we just become more knowledgeable about the things that we're into and open. Like you said, like dirty talk, people put such a bad connotation on it because like Jess thought, she was like, "You dirty little bitch. Let me spit on that twink and punch
Right,
it in
right.
that hole." And like, what?
Right. I'm like, no, we don't talk like that.
Why not,
what I'm
though, Kaylin? You and Jess have talked about this as far as your upbringing and different experiences people
Well, that's
may
why.
have had, right? Things were totally off limits, but they shouldn't be, right?
Undefiled.
Undefiled. That's what they say.
In the
that
bedroom.
anything goes. That's what the preachers say.
Anything
right? I
does
didn't say
not
that.
go.
That's what they say, though.
That's control, power, the man shit. And anything does not go.
The flesh
in
is
the
weak.
bedroom.
Anything goes that both people agree to.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It has to be consensual.
All right, so the next one is a big penis won't stretch or ruin a vagina. A weirdly popular myth is that having too much sex or having sex with a large partner or toy can stretch out a woman's vagina or labia, resulting in ugly, quote-unquote, roast beef flaps, which is therapists
Like
say, which is ridiculous. The vaginal canal is a muscle that does not permanently stretch from having accommodated a large penis or toy. The vagina is an incredibly resilient and bounces back quickly. Also, the shape and size of the labia are unique to each woman and does not have to do with her sexual status or history.
Right. Some people naturally have a
Loose.
Large labia lips.
have like that.
Roast beef
But my thing
syndrome,
is-
Kel. Everybody's different, though.
My thing is, if you can be stretched out from having a baby, and mind you, that's probably what I didn't push out any of my kids, but the crowning to that, maybe you stretched out for like an hour or so. So you're saying that a large dick cannot stretch out your vag? I don't know. I beg to differ.
Compared to a baby?
Well, I'm just saying, if it can stretch in that short period of time from having a child,
right.
consistently having, I don't know, it could stretch to like, throwing a hot dog down a hallway. Has anybody heard that? Throwing a hot dog down? Okay, never mind.
Never heard it.
Yes, you have.
Never heard of it.
Hot dog down a hallway? Okay. But some people do. Why do you think vaginal rejuvenation is so popular? Shit gets loose.
Marketing and advertising. That's why.
Yep. That's exactly why.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, the vagina is shallow in nature. So like if this was the cup, like your uterus would probably go here. So there's not so much far that a dick can go, but as you get hornier, it expands and
you get deeper as you get hornier.
And you can get deeper. Saying? But the thing about it is that the vagina goes back to its normal form. So we have a magical tool in us, and people don't recognize that. They think that
it was magic.
Guys think like, oh, I stretched you out, or
it was magic. I figured that. I just thought it was me and my thoughts, but I figured that there was some type of spiritual type of magic.
I'm done with you.
Glitter and confetti and stuff going on.
So I'm done with you. I'm done. That's enough.
Carry on. Sorry about that.
That's enough.
I
spoke out loud, but that was in my brain. Sorry.
Glitter and confetti.
I mean, I think that
I'll take that.
Women, there's a lot of people that don't even know the difference between. There's people think that you can make up things. You'll just say something like, "Oh, he stretched me out," or "This baby made my pussy loose," and really that's not the case. And so. And then who's the measurer of how tight it was to begin with? You know what I'm saying?
Well, there you go.
Were you in there like, okay, I got 2 feet, like how when the person's like, okay, and I've never had a baby vaginally either, so I don't know. It's tight over here. But I would...
I love it. All right.
Glitter and confetti.
But I will say, like, there are people that get in there and be like, oh, it feels different. It might feel different because the amount of lubrication now that is in there, and so that is usually the difference that you're feeling. It's not the tightness of it. It's also how she's contracting on your penis, and that can change things. So,
hey Tiff, is there a truth to I've heard this, I've read this actually, in a few places that women. How do I say this? Women, I guess, enjoy sex more after having kids.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. I've never heard that, to be honest with you.
Or like after having kids vaginally, I guess sex is, more pleasurable, or it's just sex actually, feels better. I don't know if there's some type of change after, going through the natural process of having a child. But I don't know. I should bring up the article, but I read something about that like a few years ago, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting."
I mean, and to be honest with you, Kel, it could be true because, and it could be true for several reasons. It could be true because it's a mental thing. All your life, you've been told that it's tight. So then, when you do have a baby and it loosens up, right? You don't feel that tightness anymore in your head, so you're like, yeah, okay, now you can put this dick in me and stuff. And so. I do think that there could be a mental component to that.
Okay.
Because I there's so many people that are miseducated. Like you hear that, like, oh, after I have my baby, I'm loose now. And like I said, who is the measurer of pussy tightness? Like I'm trying to figure.
Who's the judge?
Somebody has a job in that.
Jury and
that's a career.
I think it's guys. It was a dude, because it's dudes that be talking shit about other women.
You females is the worst against each other.
So it was some dude that was like, I think her vag
it
is
feels
loose.
different.
This is the standard now.
Kel, I'll raise you one and say that, or ask the myth about pregnant women and sex, just to see.
What are you talking about?
Well, because he said after women have babies, but what about pregnant sex? A lot of men that I know, they say that's pretty good sex. So I'm just...
What men do you know? Because I know a lot of men that won't even touch their women.
Really?
After a certain point, yes.
I know.
We know some people.
Jess. I know. I have some friends too that have been like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
There ain't no pussy like pregnant pussy. Like I've heard niggas say that before.
A lot of people say it. Yeah. So Tiffany, what do you think about that?
I would have to say that when I was last time I had a baby was 9 years ago. But I will say that I did love having sex, but the problem is that I usually would contract. And so that was uncomfortable for me to have contractions right after, because you're orgasming. And so the contractions and the orgasm. Like,
it would tighten. Yeah, that's some selfish ass shit.
So, I mean, I would say that there's some men, like I do know some men that won't even touch their wives. I know there's some women that won't even let their husbands touch them or their partner touch them. Then I know some couples that are like, oh my God, we can't keep our hands off each other because it's just so, whatever. I think it's really based on preference, but I also, like I said, it's really a mental thing. Like there's some women that see a pregnant woman and they see life in them and they're like, that is the sexiest shit that I've ever seen. Let me put my dick in that.
Disgusting if it's not your guy.
Nope.
Though, right?
Yeah, and I know a lot of guys like that too, because they're like, can't get her pregnant.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Damn.
And I'm like, no.
Get her pregnant. Facts, but a dirtbag at the same time. No.
Right.
And our last one, have somebody to pick from. I'm gonna pick a good one. This is interesting. When it comes to pleasure, penis girth is more important than length. Many men can compare the length of their penises, but only people who really care about that are other men. The vagina mainly is covered in stretch. I cannot pronounce this. How do I say this, Tiffany? Mechaconceptors?
I don't know. I have to look at the word.
Anyway, which means that the girth or width is more important aspect of the penis for women on average. And that is from a doctor from the University of California that says that.
Okay, well, I know some people that have, some of the people I know have had sex with guys that are small and they did not appreciate it.
Girthy or lengthy?
Lengthy wise.
Okay.
So what is it? You can be short and have girth?
Short and stout, and they always
What, does that
say,
work?
though,
Shit, I don't know.
I mean, it ain't about the size; it's about the motion.
That's an excuse.
You sure? I think it might be some fact.
Or
to that.
that's
If
yeah.
you're confident
Anyways,
and you still is pumping like a champ, and you might be able to. No, I'm serious though. Everybody's different though, so. What do? You can't.
And the sad thing is I haven't had it, and I haven't had a lot to compare anything to. So
really, it's the thicker the penis is the more the vagina walls can feel things.
Pleasure receptors, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And because people don't know where their clitoris is, remember I showed you guys that it's like a wishbone and stuff. And so when a girthier dick penis in there is being able to touch things instead of like a small, like if I like this straw is not going to put any impact in this cup.
Okay, so wait.
So then it's not really the looseness of the woman. It's the skinny shortness of the dude.
I'm gonna defend men
mind
out
blown.
there. So, Miss,
they're putting it on women, ladies. These dudes are putting it on us, and it's them, and they're insecure, and they have small penises, and they need to get a penis pump or a penile implant. One of the two.
Not true. So that's what I'm saying. If you're not the girthiest gentleman, right? What can you do, Miss Clinical Sexologist?
What can you do?
Right, yeah, because everybody...
There's nothing you can do.
I don't believe that.
And he's right. There is stuff you can do, and there's lots of options, and so we'll go with
Pumps.
the most...
No?
Stop it.
Well, yeah, we'll go with the most, like, extreme, where you can get a pump, or you can get a
That's a real thing. I didn't know that was
like a silicone
thing.
slip-on
the lip
that
challenge?
adds girth to you.
A wig? Go get a wig?
A lace
go
front for your dick?
Damn.
Oh, shoot. A lace front for your
a prosthetic. Damn.
I didn't know. I never knew.
a prosthesis.
I never knew.
pieces.
I didn't know that was
Is that a wig?
That's actually a thing. Okay. Option two. What's option two?
That was
I'm sorry.
that was two. It was a pump. Then
Okay,
it was
pump, and then a wig, and then
pump,
it's
a
got to be
wig.
something else.
But then you also can utilize other things on your body, and you can utilize other things and other tools and stuff like that. And I mean, and I'm just saying, like, so many people
Communication.
get so caught up in that you can use your fingers. It's really, like you said, it's the motion. It's listening to your partner and saying, move this way. Because if you do have a skinny pencil dick, right?
Oh,
You're going to need to not be a pussy pounder. You're going to need to be able to hit them sides.
Or you can, but maybe towards the end, it's your turn after you've pleasured your woman and make sure she's good, and then the pencil gentleman can do the thing, right?
You're talking like you're that guy.
No, I'm
Asking for a
no,
friend.
I'm not asking for a friend, but I'm just making sure, because there's guys out there that suffer just like, okay, there's women and you guys have all this pressure on you, okay, hot dog in the hallway and all this kind of stuff.
You guys made that up, though.
I
We
know,
just
but
established
men
that.
have the same pressure as far as, okay, you guys don't measure up. I need this big dick energy, et cetera, et cetera. And now you guys saying that you guys don't like the pounding and all this kind of stuff. But that's what the TV and the internet is saying, that we need to be. I'm still going, Kale. I'm still going.
Oh, my God.
That's all I'm trying to say,
Stop.
right? No, that's all I'm trying to say. So let's be fair here. If we're going to talk about the women and the pressure that the women put on the men, it goes the same for the men too.
I agree with
I'm
you.
just looking for tools for my fellas out there.
I agree with you, because there's this thing going around, and I went around, like, was it 2 weeks ago, where a bunch of guys' dicks got exposed. And some people
I missed
were
that one.
small.
I missed that.
Shit.
Some people, like, it was like some celebrities. Like, some people were like, oh my God, I didn't know this person was slanging, and I didn't know this person was small. And so there was this big discussion on big dicks versus little dicks. And a lot of guys have gotten a lot of, like, great energy because they have big dick energy. And that whole pounding thing, and even how we even talk about how we approach the pussy, right? I'm gonna beat that shit up and da-da-da-da-da. Like, that's not something you should even be saying. So when you have that mindset,
Very true.
It's all TV, like you
Right?
said. It's all
You
what you see on
literally
TV.
right, and you literally go into it doing that, and then to me, that's where the stats come in, Kel, because it literally then is like, we get to a point where now you're 35, 40, you done had so many beers, the pounding has reduced.
Yeah.
Your pounding
You gotta
is
hydrate,
minimal,
right?
because you went out of that, and I feel like we've taken the art out of having sex.
Yes, that's what it is.
Because it's too much pressure, right? If you allow the pressure to get to you.
Right. And then you guys are doing it all wrong, and it's no
you
longer.
guys, or as a couple, sometimes people are doing it.
It's not sensual anymore. It's just, I don't know, it's weird. So.
Because of the pressures of a society. It's society's fault and the system's fault, right?
But when society really thinks about it, don't nobody do that. And like,
It's
maybe like you said,
communication,
when
yeah.
you're younger and that's what you do the entire time, but
you don't know no better at that point, though.
right.
I don't believe.
I wish you
Some
did,
people
though,
do.
because it sets you up for a bad thing. I know some teenagers right now that's what they're into. And so I'm coaching them and talking to them about, like, hey, like, that is not all what it is for. And so what a little boy is trying to get out is not what you're looking for and what you're searching for. So you have a lot of missing things where people are taking the pounding and filling it in for abandonment. You know what I'm saying? Because it's close contact and it's some type of feeling and giving you love and stuff like that. And so then you become addicted to that
traumatic
feeling.
experiences, right? Yeah.
And you continue. And then it becomes a generational curse, to be honest with you.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
Absolutely.
Very well said.
Yes.
Fair.
All right. Well,
That's
I think
fair.
that's enough dick talk for one night. Shit.
This was grown folks
God
conversation.
damn.
I like this. And Tiffany, we appreciate you coming on.
Well, this was good. Tiffany, thank you so much for joining us. Let the folks
Thank
know
you.
Where they can find you on all things social and where they can, of course, buy the book.
You can buy the book at sisityou.com. You can find me on Instagram, Tiffany Renee. My name is spelled differently. I'm special. TikTok, I'm really trying to get my TikTok followers up, so please follow me there because that is like, woo. But no, and just Tiffany.com and friskyfem.com if you want to get it frisky. But I have a lot of things going and stuff, so yeah, that's where you can check me out.
Right on.
Love it.
Again, Tiff, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Always
you,
a
Tiff.
pleasure as usual. Of course, Marcus Trufant, Jessica Trufant. My name is Kel. Of course, follow our page, Truly Unruly _podcast on Instagram. Follow Marcus _Trufant. Follow Jessica _Trufant. That's a lot of following, but I suggest you do it. And of course, you can catch the podcast on any of your favorite podcasting platforms. If you want to catch the visual, of course, search Marcus Trufant on YouTube or just search Truly Unruly. And of course, catch us every Sunday on the Converge Network. I think that is everything.
That's it.
Ooh, yeah.
Think so.
All right, y'all. Till next time, peace and love.